Today I will be running you guys through Welcome To, which is a flip and write game. And of course I will give you the sheet in case you don't have it yet. It's available online for free. The cards aren't included online, so if you want to play it yourself, you actually have to buy the game. Which is great because we want to support publishers in what they're doing. So yeah, let me post a link here. Hi Dean, good to see you. I'm going to be posting 2 links for you guys. A low ink sheet that you could print if you want or draw on directly. So it's in black and white. And I'm going to link the full color sheet as well. Hi Lycan. But I'm going to be linking that one in as a fillable PDF. So you can just use that online if you want. It is a BGG link though, because I can't link to a PDF directly that I've uploaded on my own server. So if you don't have a BGG account, that might not be easily accessible to you, but then you can use the black and white sheet instead. So in this game, we are the mayor of a neighborhood, a little town, and we can call it something. I tend to pick a reference from one of the TV shows I've watched before. So I'm gonna make mine Storybrooke. And what we'll be doing is we'll be numbering these empty houses. If people live there, it's nice if they have a house number so that post can be delivered there and stuff like that, and people can find your home. So we're gonna have to number these houses, and we can number them from 1 to 15. And you have to go in order. You can skip numbers, which sounds really inconvenient, by the way, you guys. But you have to go lowest to highest. So if this one is a 7, then anything here will be lower and these would be higher. You can fill them out in a random order as long as at the end this one is the lowest and this one is the highest, and it climbs up like that. Alright, and you can work on all 3 streets simultaneously, and of course each one can start over, because this is more than 15 spots, so otherwise it would be impossible to fill your sheet. There are several ways to end the game. One way is completely filling up all of the houses with numbers. One is not being able to play for 3 turns. You get minus points eventually for that as well. These are an advanced rule, we're not using these, so you can cross those out right away. And the third way is scoring all 3 of the goal cards. There's 3 ways to score some bonus points in the game, we'll get to that. And what you will be doing in a turn is picking a number, writing it down somewhere, and then if you want, applying a bonus with it. In a multiplayer game, it will only end in one of the 3 ways I've just described, but the solo mode is different. You play through the entire deck, and once the deck is done, you're also done with the game. So that would be 27 turns at most. What we'll do is we'll flip 3 of these cards. I think I have my deck the wrong side up. Yep, I'm pretty sure my deck is the wrong side up. That's inconvenient. Hold on. Because I can't flip the entire thing, the bottom half has to remain the bottom half. There we go. Now you can see the color that comes up, but not the number. I think it's supposed to be like this. So in a multiplayer game, you would put 6 cards there, and you would have 3 different combinations. So 8 with something, 7 with a color, and then another 7 with a color in this case. But in the solo mode, you just get 3 cards and you mix and match. So I can pick one number from one card and then the colored effect from another. So I can say 8 with green, or 7 with blue, or 7 with green. Those would be my options right now. Hey, we're still glad to have you around, even if you're not playing Lycan. I know you've played this before anyway, so it's not like you're learning anything new. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be picking one of those combinations, and those colors have different types of bonuses. There's a little summary sheet that I can't fit into the camera view, but I'll put it up now and I'll put it away at the end. So there's different ones. If you pick green, you cross off the next park in the street where you numbered it. So if I write down a number here, that means I cross off a park here. If I wrote down a number here, I cross off a park here. If I wrote down a number here, I cross off a park in here. And at the end of the game, you will check for all 3 streets what that park is worth. If you manage to cross all of them out, your parks would be worth 10, 14, and 18. Right now, they're all 0. That's how parks work. Then we have a pool. If you write down, if you pick a pool combos, in this case 7 with blue, or the 7 with blue. I can't do 8 with blue because I have to pick a number from one and the color from the other one. But if I do pick 8 with, or 7 with blue, and I write that directly below a pool, I get to circle the pool, and the pool will become points. Right now the pool is 0 points, and if I manage to get all of these pools, I would get 38 points, or 36. So that'd be nice. And you can write it elsewhere. I can say I want to write this 7 somewhere else, but then I don't get to score the pool. So you only get to score the pool if you actually write a number below a pool. Then we have this one. You can adjust the number by 0, so you can leave it the same, or 1 or 2. So if I had 7 with orange, I could make that a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9. So that gives you some range. And you also cross off one of these. In the solo mode, if you manage to get at least 6 of these during the game, you would get 7 bonus points. In the multiplayer game, it is whomever has the most gets 7, and then second place gets 4, and third place gets 1. Then we have this, which you can use to copy something else, but it will potentially be minus points at the end of the game. Right now, if you haven't used any, it's 0. If you just use one, it's just 1 minus point. But if you use a whole bunch of them, it can be a whole bunch of minus points. So don't use too many, but using one or a few can help you getting a nice score. So in this case, the person would have selected 9 bis. So they would have written a 9 somewhere as usual. And then any number on their sheet can be copied. So this would be 3 and then 3 bis, which is a nice way of getting numbers and getting streets completed if you manage to get yourself in a tough spot. Then we have this one, you write down a number, and then for purple you cross off any of these you want. And at the end of the game we'll look at different sections on your sheet, and that's where you'll score. That's the main way of scoring, is by placing fences. You can place a fence anywhere you want on your sheet. The outer ones are already fences, I'll mark them so it's clearer. But these are already fences, and the little dotted lines aren't a fence yet. So you can place a fence anywhere. And then if all of those have a number in them, then that's one section of your street completed. And sections can be points. Right now, a section of 1 that's completed is 1 point, a section of 3 that's completed is 3 points, etc. But by marking off sections with a purple bonus, you can increase that. So you can make sure sections that are 3 large would be 6 points each at the end of the game at most. So that's how you can do that. And the other way of scoring for those city sections is those scoring cards. So if you have 2 blocks of 4 and they've both been filled, so they need to be fenced in and they need numbers in order to count for this one and this one at game end. If you're missing a number or if you're missing a fence, it scores you absolutely nothing. So that's how those will score. 2 sections of 4, a section of 5 and 2 of 2, and a section of 3 and a section of 4. If you scored for a scoring card, you circle it completely. So this one cannot be reused for this card. So you would really need 3 different blocks if you want to score all of the cards. You would get these points in a multiplayer game first place, and then anybody that does it later on. In the solo mode, it's gonna be the first half of the deck. You will have the higher number of points, and then somewhere in the second half a specific card will come up that says all plans are approved, and then they all decrease in value. But for now they're all the higher amount of points. And this also reminds you that the end game could be completely filling your sheet, having all 3 scoring cards, or skipping 3 turns. If you don't want to place any of the numbers, or you can't place any of the numbers, you can skip a turn by marking this one. And once you've done that 3 times, you will have 5 minus points and you will end the game. So you don't really want to do that too much either. Okay, so let's do a first turn. We pick a 7 or an 8 with another effect. So 8 park, 7 park, or 7 pool would be the possible combinations in this case. And remember, it goes from 1 till 15. And it's a slightly staggered game in that the outer edges are in the deck less. I think there's like 2 1s and 2 15s, and then those middle numbers are in there like 5 or 6 times or something like that. So yeah, the numbers on the ends of the spectrum are more rare than the ones in the middle of it. So that's something to keep in mind. If you are, for example, placing a 2 and you're debating if you want to put it in the first place or the second place, it would be hard to get a 1, so you might want to put it here and then leave room for the higher numbers. Alright, understood? Let's try it. I think I would like a pool. I like both pools and parks. This is a tough choice, guys. I think I'm gonna go with 7 pool though. But where do I want that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Same here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think it's alright though. I'm not sure if I like 7 for a pool. I think I would like another number for a pool, more slightly lower, like 6 or 5. I think I prefer the park in this case. Let's go for the park. I'm gonna put a 7 here. And then cross off a park. And that would be my first turn, and then we flip over 3 new cards. And remember, after 27 turns, the deck will run out, and that would be another end game trigger, but it's possible your game ends early if you trigger this or that. So now we have 8, 12, or 14 with one of the other things. So 8 bis or 14 bis, or 8 or 14 with the purple, or 12 with the purple. 14 can be hard to come by. Like I said, the ends of the spectrum are more rare, so I like to pick that one. And I don't really want to use the bis, so I'm going to use the purple from this card. So this 14 with this bonus effect. I'm going to put the 14 in here. And I can see already that if I want to score these cards, I would need a whole bunch of 4. So I think it's a good idea to make the blocks of size 4 more valuable. So I'm going to go for this one. Hi Bjorn, or at least I'm thinking you're Bjorn, judging by your username. This was only the first turn though, so you didn't really miss the start yet. You've played this before, right? I think you already know how to play this. Because if so, you can still play. This is like the second turn, so if you want to, you can still jump in, but if you just want to watch, that's alright too. I'm playing games every day this week, every day at 10, so, and you get to play along every time if you want, so no worries. And also they'll be up on Twitch for like 2 more weeks, so you can also watch them back later if you prefer. 5, 6, or 15. And you can combine that with one of the other effects. By the way, if you're only just jumping in, I see we're getting a couple new viewers and you've only played this multiplayer, you might be like, what the heck is she doing? She's doing it all wrong. But in the solo mode, you only flip over 3 cards instead of 3 pairs of cards. So that would be why. And you get to pick one of the numbers with the effect from one of the other cards. So I would like a 15 with this purple, I think. I'm going to put a 15 here. And I'm going to just continue making the same block more valuable. And then we flip over another 3. And if you're not explaining the thing and chatting with all of you guys, then it does play quite quickly. It will be a little slower because I'm multitasking and narrating all of my moves. Alright, new options. A 2 with a fence might be nice, or 2 with a park, because I want all the parks in here. 15 I can put somewhere else. I can still do that with a fence. I think I'd like the 2. I kind of like completing one street at a time, kind of. So let's go for this one, number 2. And either a park or a fence. I'm gonna go for the park. Fences are the most common thing in the deck. And while you do really want them for the points, I'm not in a really big hurry to get those started. I'm fine getting some of the other bonuses first. Alright, 6 or 9. With a variety of options. This 6 would be nice with a pool, but I can't do that because I have to pick the number from one and then the effect from another, because this is ideally where I would want that 6. That's not going to happen. I would like another park here, and then the parks in this street will be completed, so I might want to do 9 park. But then if I get another park with a number that I like in this street, then the park becomes useless, so maybe I don't. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or 9 and then leaving a room for the 8. I think I like that better. I'm gonna go 9. I think I'm gonna go fence instead of park. In this case, I'm gonna pick this option instead of this option. Because I don't want to block out the parks for this line completely yet. I really do want that one at some point though. So 9 fence, which means I can place a fence anywhere. And doesn't have to be in the same street. I can place a fence elsewhere, but the sections only score when you have numbers in them, so it makes most sense to do it here. This one is 10 squares, so I probably want to split that in 2 4s and a 2. This section of 2 is already completed, so I'm going to just start with a fence over here, I think. And then 3 new cards. 1, 8, and 13. 13 would be nice, but mostly with a pool. But hey, that's just wishful thinking. I might as well just throw something in there. I can also just put a 1 somewhere. 1s are never bad. I'm just going to put a 1 in here and pick the fence from this card. And it doesn't have to be in this street, so I'm going to put it in this street. And do the other sections. So this is now 4, 4, and 2, but I still need to fill it in order to score some of this stuff. It's not like, oh, you have 2 areas of 4, you're done. No, guys, their houses are only inhabited when they are numbered, so they're not considered livable yet. They're not completed. Alright, now we have a 10 or a 9 with a fence or abyss or this one. This one is nice because we can adjust the number into something else. I'm gonna pick 10 with this orange and mark off one of the orange ones. And if I manage to cross off 6 throughout the game, then I get 7 bonus points, so that's nice. And then I can adjust this by 0, 1, or 2. Remember, it was on our reference sheet. You can do it 0, 1, or 2, either plus or minus. So I can get that 8 up here that I still wanted, or I can just put it as a 10 or an 11. But I would ideally want that with a pool. It's harder though to get it with a pool, but choices. I think I'm gonna go just gonna go for the 8. And then I'm flipping 3 new ones. Alright, 4s or 8s. This is probably where I'm going to do the 4 and then get that last park. So I'm going to pick this 4 with this park. 4 and then the last park. So this will score me 10 points at the end of the game. And it doesn't get any higher than that. So I'm just going to write it down now. Save myself some time during scoring. And then 3 new cards. As you can see, it really does play quite quickly. Even if you are narrating all of your turns like I am. Which definitely does slow stuff down. It's hard to ramble about one thing and also be thinking at the same time. 2, 3, or 6. With what bonus? Oh, you know, I might like... Oh, no, I can't do 6 with that one. I can do 3 with that one and then complete this. I don't think it's likely I'm going to get all of these pools. They keep not coming out. And I do really want to get something scored before we get to the second half. And these all become less points. I think it'd be good to just get this one out. I can also do another 1 if I want. No, I think I'm gonna go with 3 orange. And then I can adjust this if I want and want it to go here. So 3 plus 2 becomes 5 because I can change it up to 2. And you can, you can, what like in the saying, you can definitely see where people have preference for some things. You really do need the fences. You can't ignore those completely. I've seen people go really heavy on parks or really heavy on pools or really heavy on the purple. So you can definitely kind of mix that up a bit. 3, 10, or 12. No, well, I think I was just gonna put something up here. I'm gonna do, I think, 10 with this one. Or I can do another park down here, maybe. I do need a whole bunch of parks here. I might like that. I might go 3 park and lose out on a pool, but that's okay. I was considering also doing the orange because I want 6 orange by end game. I want it all. That's not how it works, but I want it all. 5, 8, or 10. As usual, I want it all. See what I said? It was gonna happen. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 if I just do it perfectly. So I don't want to wiggle with that too much. Probably want to go with 5 park then. Ooh, a pool. Can you be a nice number to go along with it? I don't like 5 pool all that much. 4 pool then. Well, that's not much better. Then maybe just 5 pool over here. I think that's okay. I do need a whole bunch of low numbers then, and I've already discarded quite a few low ones. Technically in the solo mode you can kind of count the cards. In a multiplayer game that's harder to do because they flip around much more and it's much more likely that the deck gets reshuffled before you end the game. But especially if I'm talking, I'm not going to be able to count cards, and even if I could, I probably don't want to because I don't find that interesting to play like that. Okay, I can put a pool here and get myself 3 points, which really isn't bad. But I also like another park. Oh, I can do 4 park. That I do really need the 4 up here because that's the only number that will still go here. So I think 4 park is smarter. New chance at a pool. 11 pool. Well, that's going to be 11 pool, you guys. That's not even a question. 11 with the pool, and that can either go here or here. If I put it here, then this can be 12 or 13, but it's more rare, and here it would have to be a 10. I still think I'm gonna put it here though, so I have 2 different numbers. And if I get really stuck, I can always try to use abyss. It will only lose me 1 point, so only losing 1 really isn't that bad. I should not forget to circle the pool and then cross off this one so I can see my points at the end. And then we're doing 3 more. 9, 11 or 12. I really like the purple. I don't think either of you guys really ever go purple heavy. I'm not doing it this game, but I do really like the purple. It can ramp up pretty nicely, especially if you're doing it with a bunch of small areas, and like you can just put down a whole bunch of fences, and fences in purple can really get a whole bunch of points from that. I might do another live stream of this sometime and go for that strategy so you guys can see how that plays out. But for now, let's stick with this. And if we play really quickly, I might do a second one after, but yeah, I think it's gonna go for this. Alright, 9 park maybe, or 11 park, or something purple. I think I'm just gonna go with 12 purple and have this one completed. I think I'm okay with that, even if I don't get a pool. So 12 with purple, and then I'm getting this. And now I do have 2 sections of 4 completed, and they're gonna be at least 7 points by the end of the game, so that looks like it works. I have this one completed. So I get 6 points for that. I'm going to leave it face up in case you guys don't have it yet. Otherwise, if I flip it like this, you can't see the higher number of points. So I get 6 points for scorecard number 1. And then I have to circle these completely so that I don't accidentally count one of these blocks of 4 for the other card, because they can only be used for 1 scoring card each. And then we're moving on. 6, 7 or 14. 14 seems nice, but also like a park. Oh, 6 park would be nice, and this just keeps continuing the count. I might get in trouble at the end if I keep ignoring those high ones, but future known as problem, you guys. And if you got that reference, then you are awesome. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on, so I've seen people forget one of the things, and then at some point be like, oh wait, that also existed. Maybe I should have gone for that. Aw, this is just bullying me. Now it is 12 pool. Mean. Alright. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Technically this can also be 12 pool. Let's make this 12 pool. I don't think I'm gonna fill up my entire sheet anyway, so it'd be nicer to do it that way. I don't even think that's possible in the solo mode. You only get 27 turns. Oh wait, it would be possible if you use the bisque more often. Now I want to try that sometime. Filling up my entire sheet in those 27 turns. How many would I need for that? 10. Let's see, 20, 30, 33. I would need to use 6 bis. Then I would have minus 16 points. I can hardly imagine that be worth it. But oh well. I would like to try it sometime, but it doesn't seem like it's worth it, honestly. There are, however, some alternate sheets available that might have a different street length and also have different artwork. The artwork is nice, but yeah, it does tend to differ a little bit. Not a lot, but it does differ a little bit in layout with possibly street length and where the pools are located and stuff like that. Hey, another pool. That totally doesn't fit on the street. But it also has another park. And I like the park, and then I would be done with parks here. Maybe I want to do something else first. I already have a section of 2, so I might want to go for this goal card. It's worth quite a bit. And I can easily do another section of 2, and then I just need a section of 5, which seems kind of doable, honestly. I can also go for the 5 now, and then maybe have the 2 at the end. It would also be good. Either way, I'm probably throwing a fence down somewhere. And then I can't pick 11 with the fence, so it has to be a 9, 7, 8, 9 is where that was supposed to go. With a fence, I'm going to put the fence here. I can always decide to split it up in a section of 2 and 3 later on. Yeah, oh, you can still use the 11 pool. Well, you're just mean. I can handle it when Dean is luckier than I am in a game. Especially because he loses quite a bit, honestly, so I'll give him a little bit of extra luck. He might need it. And if you're like, hey, Nona, you're being mean. Some of the people that are regulars in my streams have become friends or were already friends before they joined my stream, so we tend to tease each other around a bit. I would only ever do that with people that I know can take the joke and have a similar sense of humor. I've heard of people that were like, if they're playing with friends, they play super nice, and especially with couples, I've heard that where they don't want to be mean to each other and they only want to help one another, and I only find it more fun to be competitive in games and stuff like that. It's not like I really need to win. I mostly want to have fun and have a good time, but I will still try to play my best. And I'm not going to be like, well, I like you outside of this game, and if I do this, then you might not like that move, so I'm going to do something else. No, if that's my best move, I'm going to take it. Sorry, not sorry. Let's get that last bar card or do an orange. Oh, the orange would also be nice. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for the orange, and I don't think I'm gonna get the 6, but I might as well try and put the 10 here and make that an 11, because 11 should be more rare than the 10, so I think this would be good. And then we're flipping 3 new ones. I could have done the last part, but I still have quite a way to go in the street, so I don't really wanna. Okay, 12, 13 or 4. Well, the 13 is obviously a really interesting pick, so let's go for that. That seems like the smartest move. The pool is bullying me again. I'm gonna go for 13 purple though. 13. And for purple I'm gonna probably just do this one. Or I can't do a fence. I want to do a fence, because then I have another scoring card, but I can't yet. Oh, there's a fence coming up. Yeah, in case you are reading along the chat and you're wondering what the heck is going on, lief is the Dutch word for sweet, but you're supposed to spell it with an F instead of a V. And in this case, we joke that it's the misspelling of the word evil. So it says I'm sweet, but not really. All right, 15, 14, or 11. 15, I suppose. I don't really care, but that's the hardest one to get, so I'll probably get that to maybe be useful at some point with a fence, and then the fence is gonna go here. Hi, Floof. Yes, you're out of vision. Let me show you. Oh no, don't stop rolling. You were being all adorable. I will show you to people if you keep being adorable. Okay, 15 with a fence, and then I have a 2, a 2, and a 5, so I get 10 points here. Why did I write down? Oh, that doesn't go there. That's why I wrote down 10 points. It goes here. 10. And then I mark off this one, and once this has been scored for a scoring card, you can't split it up further. I can't put a fence in there later so they become more valuable sections. This is just finished. Don't touch it anymore, is basically what that will mean. Otherwise I would split it into a section of 4, because that's generally more points than 5 at this point, but this was nice for the scoring card. This means I have 2 out of the 3 cards done. If I would finish the third, I would end the game early, but probably not. Floof, I want to see you, even if you're not adorably rolling. Hi, I'm Floof. I'm all adorable and fluffy. And yes, I know, guys, Floof is like the most unoriginal name ever, but it works. So, deal with it. The others have more original names. Okay, 6, 7, or 9. Let's get back on track here. I think I might want the other orange, and then I might have a good chance of getting the 6. The question is, what number would I like? I need a 7 up here, so I'm gonna go with 6. Oh, I also need a 10. A 10 might be harder to do at this point. Sure, let's do the 10. So I'm gonna do 9 with orange and then adjust it as a +1, so it becomes a 10. I have to also mark off the orange one up here. Wait, why is that the other way around? Because I'm not paying attention, that's why. Okay. 1, 8, or 11 with a park. So that's an easy choice. 8 with a park it is. 8 with a park. And now the park went from 8 to 18 points, so that's nice. Next turn. I would expect the cards to flip these face down and make them lower value to come up right now, because we're definitely into the second half of the deck. I think we're about 3/4 through the game right now, so should come up kind of soon, honestly. 2, 5, or 8. No, this needs to be a 7. Okay, so I can either go for more purple and get that up by a bit, or I can just go for park, which is already 2 points, so that seems better. So I think I'm gonna go for the 5 and not for the 2. I'm gonna go for 5 park. Because then maybe I can still get a pull if you get a really low number. And you can make it impossible to complete your sheet. I can do 4 pull here and then nothing goes in here unless I use Abyss. That's fine. Like I said, you can't fill up your entire sheet anyway in 27 turns that the solo game allows. So that's alright. Still no approval card. 7, 7 or 9. 7 obviously. But with what? I don't think with Abyss. So it's going to be 7 with purple. And I have sections of 2 already, so I might as well make those another point. And now I would have a section of 5, but it does absolutely nothing for scoring. So I'll probably try to split that up into a 2 and a 3, because the 3 is useful for the goal card and the 2 is points. Or I can make it in a section of 4, that might also be something. Either way, I'm probably making that section smaller. That's the approval card, so that means the remaining score cards go face down now. So if you're scoring anything on this turn or later, it would be the lower amount of points, which are the only ones still visible. And we have another 7, 7, 8 up here. Fences are purple. Oh, orange. I also needed more orange. I'm gonna go for 7 orange and don't even think I'm gonna adjust that. I think I'm just gonna leave it as a 7. But I get to mark off the orange and only 1 more orange to get the 7 bonus points. Hopefully I can make that happen. I think we have like 3 more turns or something like that. We're getting close. Maybe only 2. No, I think it should be 3. I also think I miscounted cards because I think I only have 4 left. I thought we had a number in the deck that was dividable by 3, but maybe I did my math wrong, or maybe 2 cards stuck together or something. I'm not sure, you guys. I thought the card count in the rulebook might also be wrong. I'm sorry if you have 1 less turn than I told you would have. 5, 11 or 13. I'm guessing a card stuck to another card at some point, because I do think it was supposed to work out exactly. So you at least get to see all of the numbers that you are supposed to see throughout the game. Well, then this is not very useful anymore now, is it? I probably want to throw another fence up there then. I get to pick another fence with either 5 or 11, so let's just make that 11. And then put a fence. I think a section of 4 would be better. I'm going to put a fence up here. If I'm really lucky, I can put a number not here, because that wouldn't matter, but here with a fence, and then I would even have the last scoring cards. That'd be great if we can make that happen. I would also really like that last orange one, but I don't think that's happening either. Final turn indeed. I do only have 1 card left. I don't think I was supposed to have a card left, so I think 2 of them stuck to other cards at some point. Or I lost cards, but it seems weird. Dean has all his objectives done perfectly. Well, that would also trigger game end, so 1, 8 or 10. And I don't think that's going to make a bonus very useful. I think it's going to be one of these random numbers with purple and make this 1 more point. So I'll just put the number 1 here, make this go like this. Now we'll tally up points. This park is worth 2 points. I don't have this one. And then that's it. So this is 16. Let's see, 10, 20, 30. This is 6. This is sadly not 7. This is nothing. I don't have an area of 1 that's actually fenced in, so this is nothing. I do have 2 sections of 2. Oh, I actually do have an area of 1 fenced in. Whoops. 1. And then I have 1 point for that. And then I have 2 areas of 2, that is correct. So 2 times 4 is 8. I have an area of 3. No, I don't. No, I don't. So this really is 0. And then I have 1, 2, 3 areas of 4. Times 8 is 24, if I'm not mistaken. I hate math. I have one section of 5, which is worth 5 points, and I have no sections of 6, so those are no points. I didn't use any bis, and I didn't have any minus points, so that would be my entire score right now. Let me tally that up for you guys. I still hate math. And then, let's see, 10, 18, I already have this one. So 18, 19, 24, plus 6 is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I think that should be 90 if I did that right. That be it? Yes, cat. Meow. That's it. So yeah, that would be the game. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I might have accidentally played one turn too few because I think the cards were supposed to work out exactly, but 100 exactly. That's a prettier number. Congratulations, Dean, you also beat me. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. I will be back again tomorrow at 10 p.m. So same time I did today. I'm gonna do that all week, or at least up to Friday. I'm not sure yet if I can actually stream this weekend, but I will be here Monday till Friday at 10 p.m. this week. And then next week I'm probably switching back to 7 p.m. So yeah, I do plan on keeping the daily streams up for a while. I just need to figure out a nice little time slot. But there are a lot of people streaming at this time, including some channels that I'm friendly with, and I don't want to keep getting in their way. So I'm definitely going to move out of the 10 p.m. slot again after this week. But with my other schedule for the rest of my life this week, this one worked out nicely. Tomorrow we'll be playing Rolling Realms, and Wednesday we'll be playing 30 Rails, and I still have to select the games for the rest of the week. But those are both free print and play games that I personally really enjoy. So I'd love to see you guys again then. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to follow me, and if you played, feel free to send me your score sheet or upload it to your social media and tag me. I'm known in those games on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.